Hi there, guys. We're currently live in the No War Coin community chat. I'm not sure. Can someone speak? So I want to make sure this hasn't muted the
Yeah,
chat.
hello.
Excellent. Okay, excellent. We are live explaining to the community what is going on at the moment because we have paused the contract. And we want to share this so that anyone that doesn't come in on the chat and find out why this is happening can watch this video later and catch up. So I'm going to hand you over to David from the No War Coins dev team.
Hello, it's me. I'm actually not really sure where to start. We've been discussing this now for a little while. We have locked the code down because no matter what we have tried to do, we can unlock it, just by the way, but no matter what we have tried to do to stop the number of bots that have targeted our coin and attacked it, that they are still slipping through the cracks. We just, no matter what we do now from this point on, no matter how much we put into marketing or pumping this up, the thousands of dollars that we are putting into things, we just will not be able to, I believe, at this current moment, salvage this. I hoped we could take care of what we needed to take care of and push through a lot of these issues and then just push on forwards, no problem. But I just, from all of the studying and analyzing we have done, it's just not going to happen at this point. We do not want to scam people or have them lose their money in any way. And that is all that is going to happen if we leave this coin running. Even our dear supportive community that just so anyone that's hopped in is aware, we are recording this as a video as well, so you'll be able to watch all of this right from the beginning. We will have that posted everywhere. But we just need to make sure that we can correct this without, our holders continuing to not be able to do anything, which is very frustrating. So we are going to try to be as transparent as possible about this as we correct and fix this. But I know, and I believe truly in my heart, that we have gathered, one of the most supportive communities I've ever seen, quite honestly, in this group. And I think that we will be able to get through this very easily. I will just take a little bit of time on our part, some patience on your part. I know that it's only been like 2 days since launch, and quite a few people can also be, very impatient, tracking the chart, seeing what's happening. But that is a brief overview of what is going on right now. I will also be heading over soon to discuss with Gen Tokens and his community. We are working together on this with Gen Tokens and other developers as well to rectify issues, not just in our coin, but basically any coin that wants to try to launch these days. It's just getting worse and worse and worse in our decentralized world, where code is law and bots run rampant. If you have anything you want to add, Jen, or if there's anything I forgot to say just for this moment, please tell me, Jen, what's going on?
It's emotional. We've had no sleep for a
Yes.
very long time. What we're about to do is going to change the world of crypto quite a lot. It really is. We are putting something in place that essentially is going to destroy what is fucking up our community. We are destroying the bots, and we're putting something in place which is going to enable us to make contracts going forward which are completely bot proof. And we can't reveal how we're doing this or how we're detecting them or any of the details, because obviously it is there are people that are programming bots that we are their enemy, and obviously they want to know what we're doing so that they can fight against it. So we don't want to reveal what we are doing, but we are absolutely confident, without a doubt, that the measures we're putting in place right now with our team on Gen Tokens and also the guys over from No War Coin means that we will be able to launch contracts and help other people launch contracts that are guaranteed to be 100% protected from any bot activity. Now, bearing in mind that I had no idea how damaging these things are. We watched a bot put $5,000 on a token and then take $500,000 out. So that's what we're going to fix. And it's not just our tokens, it's the entire crypto world. But we are certain that we can put that right. And then once we've got that in place, we want people to start using that facility so that their tokens can be safe as well. But going forward, my token, Gen token, will be, when these things are all in place and we've managed to do the steps that we need to do, what we're looking at is a couple of cryptocurrencies that will moon. I mean, the way we need to consider what these bots are doing is like they have got the price on a leash, and every now and again they let a little bit of that leash off and we all see it start to pump, and then they pull it back, and then they let another bit off, and it looks like the chart is struggling to moon, but it's not. And we was looking at the chart the other day, and I was saying to the guys, this chart is suspicious, something isn't right, the chart is suspicious. And we dug into the code, we've been going through the blockchain for weeks. It's an incredible amount of work, but we can see the way they're trying to hide, and it just consider what a token can do without that leash around its neck. What's going to come out of this will be phenomenal. It really will.
And then for both Gen tokens and for our No War coin, what exactly are we going to try to put into place for our dear holders and supportive community so that, they can get in with us, and not have lost on sitting here?
Yes. We are we talking about redeployment?
Yes.
Okay. The plan of redeployment is we can create a token, which is essentially No War Token 2. And anybody who's currently holding No War Token will be transferred over to the new version with the same amount of holdings they have right now. None of the bots will be transferred across, obviously, and the same amount of liquidity will be pumped into there as well. So you'll be sitting in just the same place you are now. And it means that the bots will be out, and then a huge amount of money is going to be put into marketing. And we're going to be doing the same thing as well over at Gen Token. So once those two things are in place, we are also developing a launch platform where we can enable other tokens to be launched with this bot protection on them.
And that is what we wanted to share with you guys. We actually have a ton of work to do. And I know you guys are going to have so many questions. But what I need to do right now, just for this moment, I believe, is to head over to Gen Token's community as well, show our team's support for this.
I can share this video with my community, that's fine. But I mean, when we're talking about these bots, I mean, if people Google search for a bot that enables you to snipe and all that kind of stuff, those things are easy for us to detect. It's easy to block them, not a problem. We're talking about some bots here that cost 500 BNB to use. These are serious bits of technology that people pay a huge amount of money for, and they're using that technology to make millions and millions.
Which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're killing us.
There you go.
So, yes.
So if anyone has any questions at all about anything, there are some things obviously we can't disclose about the technicalities of how we're doing this, but if you've got any questions about anything at all, then do speak up.
Would you guys be able to provide any kind of short to long timeline for redeployment?
As fast as possible. But I mean,
as fast as possible.
But it's got to be done. There's a lot of code that needs to be written for this to work. We are doing that first. We will then test it. We will then attack it with bots to make sure that it does what we expect it to do. We are absolutely certain that will be the case, but always with code, there are things that happen that you didn't expect and you have to fix them. So when it is ready, that's what's going to happen. I know Mark is very, very anxious to get all of this done and the new tokens out as quickly as possible. I'm saying to my community, it takes as long as it takes. And I will not move forward until it is ready. The priority by far for myself and David, I think too, is the security and safety of our investors. And my philosophy has always been protect the buyer. But I always focused on protect the buyer from the corrupt devs. But it's not just that, it's also protect the contract. And I didn't realize how incredibly damaging these bots are. So it's from both sides. You need to protect the buyer, but you also need to protect the contract. And until we know we can do that with absolute confidence, we cannot relaunch. But we have a brilliant team of people. We've got a shitload of coffee, and we are going to get this up and running as quickly as possible, but we're not going to push go on this until we know it works.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah. You don't have
Go ahead.
numbers or anything, but do you know how much damage has been done? And is it? I know we did this for charity, but I don't even know what I'm asking.
Well, this is a really good point, because these bots have actually generated a huge amount of money for charity, because they are manipulating the price on this token like you will not believe. The amount of sales, buys and sales are all being taxed. And BNB is going into that charity wallet. So we've raised a lot of money in BNB for charity. And if the bots were not on this, that figure would be substantially lower. So although the bots are seriously preventing this token from taking off, what they have done is put a huge amount of BNB from those fees on the transactions into that wallet, which is, that to me is the silver lining on this dark cloud. And of course, what's going to come out of the end of it with cleaning all this stuff up. But yeah, they haven't robbed anything from the purpose of the token to give to charity. But the token has two purposes. Yeah, it generates money for charity, but it's also an investment for those people buying into it. That's the bit that is crippled going forward without us fixing these things. So they've helped us to raise money. They really have.
Yep. But we need to make sure that while they're doing that, everyone, or, we can't let them do that.
No.
But we can't let everyone be losing out. We can't see everyone's money not being able to, grow.
Exactly. This is why we've paused the contract right now. So no one can do anything at the moment. No buying, no selling. What we've done is we have turned the maximum transaction to 0. So if someone tries to buy or sell anything above 0, nothing's going to happen. That means we have locked everything. So we can now look at the contract, we can look at the price, and we can just take that as a snapshot, put it on the new one when it's ready, and everyone is exactly where they were before with no bots involved. So it is the most transparent we can be, the fairest we can be, and it's the way that we can to fix this. But this is not just our tokens. No War Coin has been really aggressively attacked simply because it had a big launch. But any token that has had a big launch that you've heard of recently will have this exact same situation going on. And I think a lot of those people have no idea that this is happening to their token. They're just thinking, we're struggling to break out. Why are there so many paper hands? That's what's happening in every token. So if you consider the tokens you hold in your wallet and you go and look at those charts and you think it is struggling to break out, it should moon, this is a brilliant project, then there's probably bots in there that are just fucking them over just like they have done us. These guys with these bots are certainly not restricting themselves to our tokens at all. This is the entire community.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we had a lot of people asking that really support No War Coin. They love the community, they love the token and the vision. They were asking for a utility use to it so that we can be long term. So effectively creating this platform and what you're doing to be able to detect the bots, and that can be our utility moving forward, right?
Well, that's what Gen Tokens is. That my token is a launch platform through which people can launch their tokens. I write the contract. I have full control of everything. Teams approach me. I do all of the code for them, and I make sure it's bot proof. I make sure that it is safe for the buyers. And the idea is we didn't know we were going to get scammed when we came into this world. We trade on established platforms. If we lose money, it's because it's a bad trade. You come here and everybody loses money because of scammers. So I originally started a YouTube channel educating people how not to get scammed. But that's a serious amount of stuff that you've got to learn before you can be in a position where you can confidently ape in on something. So the Gen Tokens platform is basically a platform where people can buy 1 second after launch without having to worry or having to do any checks at all. It's just, this token's just launched. I know it's safe because it's come through this platform and I'm going with it. Now that was my platform, but I'm now with the guys from No War Coin and they're coming in with me as well. So we're going to be, putting our minds together and doing this stuff together. But that is the platform that I'm working on with my dev team. And these guys are very happy to come in on this with me. I mean, the guys at No War Coin were already part of my community before their coin was launched. And I was incredibly busy on other projects, which is why I couldn't be in on this project, but they wanted me in on No War Coin from day one. But I come in on the day of deployment and then all this happened. And it's crazy, but it's been the most educational experience it really has. Emotional roller coaster, but the education that's come out of this and what we're creating on the back of this is phenomenal. So there's a lot of brilliant minds that have been put together into one team. And there are things that my dev team can and cannot do, but there is one thing that every member of this team can do. Myself, David, everybody, we all have integrity, honesty, and we do the right thing. Now, I have said to these guys, if there is a code you cannot write, you can learn it. You can learn to do this code, but the scammers cannot learn honesty and integrity. They cannot. They are corrupt individuals that might be brilliant coders, but they can't learn what each one of our team have. And each one of our team has got this passion. We've got this dedication. We're genuine. We're honest. And we are brilliant coders, but we also know our limitations, which is why we are collecting a big team together and filling up any holes in our own knowledge. Each person has their particular area of expertise, and together, I mean, I am studying so much Solidity code every waking moment that I'm not working on other things, so I can fill in the gaps in my particular knowledge, and the guys on my dev team are doing the same, and the guys on No War Coin are doing the same. But collectively, it is a force for good. So that's the main thing. The main thing is the people on our team are genuine, they're honest, and there's the other day I had a guy. My group attracts a lot of corrupt scammers, and I had a guy ask me over and over again to do a clone of Safemoon, and he's trying to throw 10 BNB at me just to clone Safemoon, and it's a copy and paste job that would take minutes. It really would. And I went through his wallet. I looked through the blockchain. After about an hour, I identified that he was connected to a token quite a while ago that was a rug pull. I questioned him about it. He immediately disappeared and he got really cagey. I blocked him. I threw him out of the group, and I blacklisted his wallet address from all my future products. And I blacklisted all the wallets he's connected to. I'm not interested in 10 BNB for 5 minutes of work if that money's coming from a scammer. That's not his money at all to spend. Whatsoever. I'm a very spiritual person, and I consider that kind of corruption a stain on my soul, and that is not worth it. So that's the community that you're dealing with here. And I know David is the same. He has exactly the same morals that I do, and I know that all the people on the team we're all in exactly the same place with our ethics and our morals.
I just wanted to say what it sounds like you're trying to do is extremely admirable, and I hope that you're successful. Mm-hmm. Because just to put things into perspective, I was following another coin, and it's extremely small market cap coin, but there was a bot that was sniping around $50 every 30 seconds. So it was front running transactions. So that's $100 a minute, $6,000 an hour, and about $144,000 in a day that they're sniping, and that's just on average on a very low, small market cap coin.
We've watched them take millions. It's insane.
I mean, it's just crazy. And if you can figure it out, man, that's amazing. So I hope you're successful.
I mean, I want to add also that if we success doing this, that will be a very good marketing from all other coins that are now being scammed, and they will all learn about what we did, right? Thanks to Gen tokens.
And we can fix those tokens. We can snapshot those tokens and do exactly the same as we are doing with Gen tokens and with No War Coin. We can produce a 2.0 on all of their tokens, move the people from one to the next one, eliminate the bots, add the same liquidity, and go from there. So we can fix tokens that have been screwed over by bots, and we can prevent the bots from getting in there again. That's the position that we're in here.
It's honestly, I believe, the only way forward. Doing this for months, man, it has just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse, especially more recently. I think it's the only way to salvage this, honestly. Just not just our coin, everything.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's totally destroyed this space, all the scams that are going on.
Yes.
And I think with Safemoon, and I will bring up Safemoon, with Safemoon bringing so many new people into the community and a lot of people that do not understand, crypto and how it works. What you're trying to do now is fucking brilliant, to be honest, because we need crypto to be a safe space for people and for new people to come if we want mass adoption. That's why we're all here. Yeah. We have this belief in crypto. And unfortunately, through Binance Chain, through this platform, through this whole part, this tiny facet of crypto, it's given us such a shit name. So
it's the Wild West and it needs a sheriff
behind you.
Yeah, I've said the same thing to my team many times. There are a lot of YouTubers talking about Safemoon and Elongate and stuff, and this brings retail investors into the gutter that is PooCoin and PancakeSwap. I remember when I first installed my MetaMask wallet and I went on PancakeSwap, and then I had to go to a website called PooCoin. I was like, are you kidding me? And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And within the first week, $2,000 rug pulled from me immediately. I didn't know that we were going to get scammed. It really, really opened my eyes to what it is down here, right down here where these tokens are born. It's pretty dirty, but there's a lot of diamonds in amongst all the shit. So
there is some diamonds, but unfortunately, we are in the gutter down here.
Right, it's too easy. It is too easy to copy and paste a contract and spit it out, and
I was in a burn coin that was like a week and a bit ago, just popped in like a BNB. They just rugged. And the one BNB was worth like $500,000 or something. They just pulled it all out. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's insane.
But obviously, there's a lot of very, very, very rich people that are really not going to like what we're doing. I'm not doxed on Gen tokens yet. I'm wondering whether that's a good idea. I'm doxed everywhere else.
No, they don't need to get richer,
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
And create a bit of financial freedom for ourselves. And basically, these scams are stopping us from doing that. And I know that in these coins, there are some people who have put, what they can't afford, unfortunately, because they obviously haven't been in crypto long enough. They see the hype, they see the pump, they see the quick money that people are sharing. People always share what they've made. They never share what they've lost.
This is very true. Well, I mean, in my group, that's the first thing people share. They come to my group and they say, can you check this? Is it a scam? I'll go and have a look and I'm like, yeah, you're not getting your money back on that one. And then they tell me how much they've lost. We had a girl join my group the other day. She sent me a screenshot saying, this is the token, I'm going to have a look at it. And I did. She had £15,000 on there that took her 4 years to save up. And she said it went up to 17 and she was delighted that she'd made $2,000 on her investment. And then it went down to $20. And I went and looked and it was just a rug pull. And she's, you know what I mean? It's like devastated that someone can lose that much money.
It's devastating. I mean, you people were also greedy as well, but because they knew and they see the hype and they don't understand how it works, and they jump in and they go balls deep, or in her world, tits deep, I guess.
That's even deeper than balls.
Analogy for that one, but and I mean, I love the idea that you guys are trying to fix this, and initially, when I first heard that the contract was going to be paused, I felt uncomfortable. To be honest, after listening to you both, I'm more than comfortable with the contract being paused. Yes, my money is now locked. I do look forward to to that being rectified with a 2.0 that is unbotted, because I do believe in this project, and I guess having that anti-bot mechanism that you're going to try and create is a great utility for any coin, which should automatically draw a lot of people to us when we can prove that we can pull this off.
Yeah.
Guys, Dave and Jen, if you guys don't mind, maybe we should think about, there's several people raising their hands wanting to speak.
Oh,
I'd like to get other comments and questions. We can start answering them.
Okay.
Awesome. I believe you guys have the ability to unmute, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can.
Right down the bottom, there's a lot of people that are on a red mute, so obviously we need an admin to deal with any hands raised down there.
Yeah, I'll go through. There's a allowed to speak. There you go, Fahad.
So I got a question. I jumped in a bit late here, but so how long were we planning on pausing for?
I think Jen might have the best answer for this, because I really love the way he answers this.
We are very anxious to get this unpaused and everything fixed as quickly as possible, but our priority is the safety of our buyers. So I have told I haven't yet, but I am telling my community that until it's ready and it's been tested and we are confident that your money is safe, we don't unpause. And we've got a lot of brilliant minds working on getting to that place as fast as possible. When we get there, we'll get there. So if you want to buy shares in coffee,
you've never been to that stage before. So this is where uncharted territories. Is that what we're saying?
Absolutely.
So the money right now is we don't know.
The entire crypto community has not been in this place before. It's like the bots have never been as rampant as they are at the moment, and they're spreading like wildfire. So we want to make sure we can protect from the current bots, any new bots, and anything that the bots do to try and hide themselves better than they are at the moment. And when we can test that and make sure that's what's happening, we do have access to a lot of these bots ourselves that we are using to target our test tokens on the testnet to see whether or not they can get through our protection. And that's what we're currently working on, so that we can make sure that when we do unlock, we are protected and your money is protected. That's our number one priority.
Is there a point when we compare, like, is this bots or is this just the coin's going down? Coins go down, that happens, hype dies down. Are we blaming this on bots and pausing everything for supposed bots, or is this just because the hype of the coin is gone?
Okay.
Just within the last 2 days, just from the transactions that we've been tracking and scouring through, I mean, they've pulled out $1 million just in BNB from our community, just our coin.
Right now, bots own 20% of NWC.
I think
I have a 52% price impact if I was to sell right now. Like,
wow, so you are a big wallet.
There's an issue here. There is an issue here somewhere.
Yes, that's exactly what we mean.
The way we've paused the contract is to put a 0 transaction so nobody can do anything. But whatever your holding is, that will be airdropped to the replacement token. There will be the same liquidity, and you will be in exactly the same position as you are now, but with no bots. So
we're going to do our absolute best. Right.
It does not sound good.
The only way.
We hope so. I mean, James.
One at a time, or I will end up muting everybody again. Okay. I mean, so we just need to speak one at a time.
I was speaking here in the morning, actually, if Debbie remember me. One of the ways that you can fix it is just by marketing it, and the bots will not keep selling. I'm just saying that's the only way you can fix it.
If we do marketing and let's say we take one big TikToker, we get some pump, the bot are going to sell just after and break the wave. They will not let. This is what's happening. Now that we have blocked the transaction, we will share, maybe could be a good idea, I don't know what Gentok and David think, but we can share the exact addresses, and everyone can go and check what happened, how much they put inside, and how much they put outside.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can show you what the bots have done. We have all their addresses.
We share everything. Absolutely.
I mean, the other option.
Bot tokens?
Sorry?
Are you able to redistribute the tokens that the bot holds to everyone that's currently holding as a percentage portion or something?
Yes,
that's a good idea.
We should
Yeah, that's
be
a good
able
idea.
to, but it's we just can't see everything dropping while we're trying to implement all of that, because we have that in our code, but it's just everything's going so fast. We need like 200 guys on this right now to survive.
And you should also understand that if we don't block and we explain to you guys what's happening, then the bot will just go and withdraw everything he got, right? So that's the point, blocking the transaction right now, so he can't do any harmful stuff.
We don't want you guys to our faithful holders to lose.
Yeah, I meant when you
more.
fix this, would you be able, instead of burning those, what do you do with the bot tokens then? Do you burn them? Or?
I think what Dan's bringing up here is a really good idea. Our intention at the moment is we're taking a snapshot of the current condition of the contract. Everybody who is genuine will get an airdrop for what they currently hold. Now, we're going to have to run this by Mark as well, but there are a lot of tokens at the moment that are being held by bots, and they will not get those. So, I mean, I think what Dan is suggesting here, which I think is a brilliant idea, is we collect those tokens up and we split them and we airdrop them to the genuine people that have waited very patiently while we fix this error. Now, obviously, we got to run that past the entire team that are not here now, but that would be a nice gesture. Or we could use those tokens towards a huge marketing push. Once we've got rid of the bots, there are a lot of those tokens there. So I think airdropping them amongst the genuine holders that had the patience whilst this is going on would be a nice gesture. I mean, at least a decent portion of them.
You know, it's our tokens technically that they stole.
That's also a good point. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea as well. But I also feel that some of that should be used for a huge marketing push.
Absolutely.
Because obviously we want.
I just don't want them burned and lost or something silly.
No, that won't happen.
Yeah,
I mean, if they were burned, it increases your value. But I agree with Dan. I think that's a really cracking idea. I don't know at what point you entered the call, Dan, but something. Sorry, guys.
The idea had come in my head is, those tokens we should use for the half for the marketing and half for the charity, or maybe that's gonna push them more better for us.
A suggestion that we can say is we can find out how many tokens exactly that is, and then we can put up some suggestions and have the community vote on what they believe is the best course of action for those. But for people that were not in on this call at the beginning, another thing that you also should know that has come out of this is the people that have caused us to donate the most amount of BNB to the charity is the bots. They have been buying and selling like crazy, and every one of those transactions has been taxed, and that money has been moved to an external BNB wallet. That's all going to the charity. So although those bots are messing with the contract and stopping you guys from making money at this stage, they have also generated a huge amount of money through their actions that's going to the charity. So I said before in the chat, but I'm not sure who was or wasn't here, but that is a beautiful silver lining on this mess. So, but I agree with Dan.
There's no silver lining to that. That's a very bad way to look at this. Is to be like, we all lost money, but at least the bots.
No, but you're not going to lose money because the whole thing is going to be redeployed as like a snapshot of what is currently going on, and whatever you hold now, you will hold when the redeployment happens. But I do agree with Dan that there are tokens.
Where does that take us? We're still at the same point.
No, because
price impact 52%. I'm down more than you can fucking imagine.
But when price
impact 52%. If I sold right now, would that destroy the coin by half? Like that, and I'm only part of a big group that owns a lot of this coin.
Yeah, we understand that a lot of people are currently down. When we take the snapshot and move it over to the new token, when that is released, there will be no bots on the new token. The new token will have protection so no bots can get into it. And then a huge marketing push will be done to push the price upon the new token. So you might be down now, but in the future, that will enable you to be...
So let's talk about the marketing. Okay, so yesterday we tried real hard with the marketing, but whoever was in charge of that marketing did the worst that they possibly could have. Like both of those TikTokers we got, they're not TikTokers with any influence. So whatever money you guys spent on that yesterday was just wasted money. So this moving forward, we should be
viewers.
Just the beginning.
Can I speak something? Because I heard like half an hour, and I want to speak just 1 minute. They spend some good amount of money on I don't know, on PooCoin ads, and it's the best idea, to my opinion. Might be the next coin hunt already. So yeah, these are good money to spend on marketing, not on TikTokers, because I guess the people do not follow them. So yeah, I am also down like you, James. I invest 17 BNBs, and now if I sell, I hold like almost 4 trillion. Imagine. So if I sell right now, I will be down with. I will take out just almost 5 BNBs out from 17.
But you won't, because you're going to destroy the coin by half. Just as I would.
do not want to do that. This is why I invest. I am not a gambler. I put the money, 17 BNBs, and I go to sleep. You know, I don't have life to spend in this area. But yeah, it's true. You must get rid of the bots. If you ban one of their wallets, they automatically send to another. You cannot ban them. But instead, I guess you can burn them.
The problem here is the liquidity. Liquidity is the biggest problem with this coin. It's not the bots, it's the liquidity. If I was to sell right now, I would half the price of the coin. I have a price impact of 52%.
Sorry, guys.
So
Sorry, guys.
it's about the liquidity. Without liquidity, every little cell, like your cell, is pretty similar to my cell. So you would destroy the coin. I would destroy the coin. My group, TG group, would destroy the coin. Without liquidity, every little buy pumps it. Every little cell dumps it. Like we have no liquidity in here. So how are we going to build up this liquidity? It's not the bots. The bots are not the problem. It's having low liquidity in here so that every little movement just fucking goes up a lot or down a fucking lot.
Okay,
that's where we're at.
What we can talk about on the development team is, first of all, adding more liquidity and then including an automated liquidity. Now, we did talk at length before this coin was deployed about whether or not to add auto liquidity. There was a vote put out to the community, and the consensus of opinion was it would make more sense to increase the percentage going to charity as opposed to it going to the automated liquidity pool. But maybe that was the wrong decision. I came in on this project very late, and I was thinking we really needed that auto liquidity in there because it is one of the things that protects us against what you've just said. You're dead right. So we are rewriting the contract. It's going to be on the 8.4 build of Solidity instead. So it's going to close off a lot of vulnerabilities. And I personally think that liquidity should be coming out of that fee too, so the coin can grow as the community grows. Otherwise, what happens is we just have to keep putting BNB into the liquidity manually. If we've got that auto thing coming back, we can talk to the development team on the impact of doing that versus the impact on putting that tiny percentage towards charity or towards holders. So yeah, I think on the birth of this, there were decisions that were made based on community vote. And maybe members of that community thought this gets the charity more money without realizing that would stifle the growth of the token. So yeah, Combat Medic, you're dead right. You really are. And I think that's something that needs to be considered on 2.0. It's not going to be a rush job. Our first priority is protecting from the bots, making sure that everyone's investment going forward is going to be safe. And then we can say things like, we made it this way last time. Is there anything we can change, anything we can tweak so it's better next time?
All right. Is there any more questions? I know we have our lovely moderators in here also that are listening in, and some have already heard all of the stuff that we've talked about before. If you want to say anything, Combat Medic.
If we're ready to move on, I'm going to start taking people who had their hand raised one at a time.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And so go back to work.
Hello, Me has his hand raised. We'll see what he has to say.
No, I just go back
Hello,
to
Me.
your work.
Can you get that, David? I'm not admin. I can't. Let's just.
I can make you an admin really quick.
All those people, they can speak now if they want.
And guys, I'm new. So when is the token going to be ready again? I only just came in.
Okay, I'd just like to say for anyone who is entering this chat late, the whole thing is being recorded. I'm currently screen grabbing this, so you will be able to watch a video of this on YouTube afterwards and get everything. But the token will be... it's not so much it being unlocked, it's being replaced by something that is going to be a lot safer, and we are working on that. And as soon as we can guarantee that that is safe from any bot activity, then that gets released. We'll do the code, we'll test the code, and then we'll release when we're confident that the investors are going to be safe. We would love to be able to give you 24 hours, 78 hours or whatever, but it just depends on when it's ready. It's ready. And
so what happens if we get listed on CoinHunt?
Sorry?
So what happens if we got listed on CoinHunt?
We're going to have to work to, work with the team and marketing and you guys to figure out exactly the way to go forward with all current listings and marketing plans. We're definitely going to have to wrinkle that out.
I do think what Combat Medic said about, I think it was you, might not have been, but there are certain decisions that need to be made, and things were put to a community vote before, and those decisions might not have been the right decision based on the tokenomics of the way these things work and support their growth going forward. So I think some of those decisions need to be made by developers that understand that how different percentages going in different places can affect a coin's growth or stifle a coin's growth, rather than a community of people thinking more money to charity is the best.
I agree with you there,
yeah.
Jen. It was James that said that,
James.
And I think he was absolutely right. And yay, we're putting 8% towards a charity, but in reality, that's not sustainable.
Yes.
And I think that in this space, just me personally, I think in this space, we've got too many people that have seen other catchphrases, when renounce, when lock liquidity. They don't even understand what the fucking asking.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the reality. And so when it comes to making a decision about the best way forward for a coin, those kinds of decisions should be made by the experts and not put to the community. I 100% agree with James. We do need a portion of... hang on, can I just finish? I agree with James.
You misunderstand something. More scams already in place in market. They do something like this. They do not renounce the contract. They change the contract, and that's it. And
on that point, if this contract had been renounced, all of you would have no money at all now, and the bots would be sitting on every single penny. It's only because this contract was not renounced that we were able to ban the bots from the beginning, and we have been able to pause the contract. The problem is there are some honest developers and there are some corrupt developers. If the contract is not renounced, honest developers can save you money and save you from losing money and fix things. If the contract is not renounced, corrupt developers can steal your money. If the contract is not renounced, the bots can steal your money and the honest developers cannot save you. So that is where we are on the renouncing. If we had renounced, we would have no ability to do anything at all to fix this. They just would have taken every single penny of your money, of the liquidity, of everything, and there would be nothing we could do.
I think you'll find the large portion of our community is quite happy for the contract not to be renounced, because we believe that it is going to be further developed.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I, for one, am happy to be in a non-renounced contract because, that way we can add a utility further down the track. We can add things that will actually make us more money long term.
Exactly.
And right from the get-go, I just want to bring this up to the people that are listening. Right from the get-go, these guys have said this is not a pump and dump coin. Okay. So, yes, I understand we're all losing money because of the bots, and I'm as miserable as everybody else about that. I don't have a huge amount of money to lose. I'm loving hearing, the plan that these guys have in place to actually recoup our fund for us.
Debbie knows our plan. Debbie was in on our private discussion, and she knows what we are planning to do on things that we can't disclose to the community at the risk of people who create bots hearing what we say. But Debbie does know our plan. So when she says she's excited about what's going to happen moving forward, she does know more than we've revealed on this chat, simply because we cannot expose what we're working on to the possibility of the programmers on the other side of the bots hearing what that is.
Actually, it was just based on what you'd said in here, but okay.
You are privy to more. Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as Debbie and Jen Tokens. I was also in that meeting, and I am excited as an admin and as a moderator for this community, for what's happening in the future. And unfortunately, we can't say much more about it or any more about it, but we can tell you that it will be better for us, and that not only the devs are looking forward to it, but the admins are also looking for it. And we are not, I repeat, we are not backdooring the community and doing any sort of rug pull or any sort of scam to take your money.
Hello.
Hi, Cosme.
Hello, Jen. I just have a recommendation. Regarding this new smart contract, is there some way we can, guys, find a way to make this like a smart contract as a service where our token has now a utility for users or code developers, so they can anything that could protect the code or any functionality that would bring the consumers to buy our token to use that smart contract that has that anti-bot feature.
If we can do this, I am more than happy to get the contract up on GitHub and anybody being able to implement it into their contract. I would love for that code to clear up the entire community. I know I have that platform where I can guarantee tokens come through my platform will have this in place, but I don't want to restrict it to that. I want every buyer that stumbles into this world to be able to buy a token confidently and not have bots take their money. So if we can make this something that we can just share in a repository on GitHub, then all other developers can just implement it into their contract, and then they would be safe. I want to fuck these bots and get rid of them and protect people from them in the future. And if every single new crypto that is created has the ability to just import code I've written so that theirs can be protected from these bots as well, that makes me very happy. So yeah, brilliant suggestion, and absolutely.
Along with that utility, it would be great to spread the word of so many new people are coming into this and just losing their money. Some of us have been here for a while and understand, but there's a lot of things that it would be great for us to be able to explain to people on a broader platform, or if we can, once this is up and running and people come and see it, we can explain this is what you really need to watch out for. A lot of people just don't know those things. A lot of the messages I get from you guys all the day is how do I do this or that or these or those, and it's just stuff that you find out after you've stumbled through here after a while. But there is no explanation for new people.
YouTubers are very happy to say, go and buy Elongate, this is how you install Pancake Swap, this is how you buy it, and things like that. But they don't then say, and the world you are stepping into will steal all your money in seconds. They don't warn you of that bit. They just say, Safemoon can 100x your money. That's what they say. And it is those people, Debbie said it earlier, it's those people that are bringing the retail investors over to a world that is the Wild West of crypto, and nobody who arrives there thinks that they're going to get robbed. And it's happened, I imagine it's happened to every single person on this chat and watching this video. We've all been rugged over and over and over. And I consider the 2,000 I lost as my education as to identify and avoid these things in future. But we don't want people to lose $2,000 just so that they can, discover how to not lose it in the future. And we also don't want people to worry about aping in on a coin early when it's dead cheap, because it probably will be a honeypot or a scam. We want to clean up this community so that people can invest in confidence. So the only reasons they might ever lose money is just a bad trade, just like it is up there, in the real established exchanges, where if you buy at the top and you sell at the bottom, you lose money. But that's the only way you lose money, and that's what we want this to be.
I'd like to say something real quick about, I know that what we're doing here is really fantastic, and I'm excited about it. But I also want to say that not all the coins that are on this platform are actually corrupt.
Exactly.
There are definitely some great programs, legit programs that I've invested in that people are now calling a rug or a scam. But in reality, they were a genuine project that just got wrecked by bots. And the team probably was so overwhelmed that they didn't know what else to do. So they had to abandon or pull out. I don't believe that everyone on this platform is actually a scammer.
I agree with you completely.
Into, like you said, the wild, wild west, and it's been a very dangerous place to invest now. So with this project, it'll make it a safer and happier and ultimately more profitable for everybody. So I'm thankful for Gen Tokens and for David and this whole community and the team that's working on this.
Mm-hmm. You're dead right there. I have been involved with other dev teams that are really genuine great guys with an amazing token. It gets launched, it has a Telegram group, and then a bot starts to fuck with it, and then the FUD happens. And the Telegram group turns into panic selling, and the coin just gets destroyed. And there's nothing... the devs have done nothing wrong. The contract is sound, but they're being attacked by the bots, and then the people panic, and the people point at the devs and they say, these devs are stealing your money, get out now, cut your losses. And the FUD kicks in, and then it's just chaos. I've seen so many groups just do this and destroy really decent tokens that could have been amazing. But that's what happens. And I didn't realize that it was all coming from these bots, or the extent, the danger of the bots that are causing, until I jumped on with NWC and their development. But because that was a big launch and it attracted a lot of attention from the bots, that has really opened my eyes. I had no idea that this was at this level. But yeah, it causes FUD, and the FUD then destroys the token, and then people just point their finger at a developer. And I remember saying in a group once, I am frightened to make crypto simply because of the FUD. Because I don't want that coming back on me and my family. I am doxed in various places, and it's very easy to find out who I am personally, and that frightened me. So you have a really, really valid point there, and it is the bots that are the cause of that. They are the cause of that. And then people lose money and they sell. They get irrational, and they're scared, and they want to point the finger at somebody, and usually that's a dev. So.
On that point, I have been absolutely blown away by how supportive our community has been at large. I mean, you guys have been in with me here like every day now, a lot of you, and we've been working through everything together. And just the amount of FUD that we have had has been so low. I have not seen this on many other coins, or any other coins that I can remember. And I've been in a lot of coins as, just like you guys, the person coming in, talking to the developer and the admin team and everything. And I mean, this is just incredible. The amount of support we've gotten from this community. We want to try. We're going to do everything. We're going to make this happen. And I hope you guys will just be able to be patient and understanding. And I think this is going to be really amazing, honestly.
I don't know if Mark wants to say something. Mark is our marketing guy and he's just stepped in. So you got any updates or news for the group?
Gin Tokens, I sent you a private message asking you a question. You don't have to answer right now. I was just wondering.
Where are we? Discord, Telegram?
Telegram. Sorry.
I got about 600 private messages on Telegram. I will dig through. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I just sent it to you right now. Sorry about that.
I am recording my screen, so I'm not going to look at any private messages whilst I'm recording my screen. So this is all going up on YouTube, this conversation. So I will check it, but no worries.
All right. No worries. Thank you.
No problem.
Guys, are you guys floating the idea of trying to freeze a good amount of the suspicious accounts and then possibly run a 2.0 with like a limited sell side or something like that, and then snapshot that and possibly do a 3.0 once you're confident that 90% or 95% of the, those bot kind of suspicious wallets are out? Is that something you guys are considering?
We're getting 100% of those bots out. We know how to detect the bots, and they will not get into the new contracts.
I love coin developers. They get very excited. We are going to do our absolute best to get 100% of all bots out, tested against several different types of bots before we launch anything. But that would be the absolute dream, the goal.
I'm more confident than you that we're going to catch them all.
All right. I'm confident that with what we have, with what we're looking at and everything, that we can make it absolutely spectacular. I am at least confident in that.
I mean, we know that this is like a virus and a vaccine, isn't it? It's like one side develops, the other side develops. It's we are creating something to target the bots. The bots will create something to get past that, and we'll create something to target that. But I'm confident that what we're putting in place should protect us from the bots.
But essentially, there's no point in running a coin, investing thousands of dollars in marketing and getting influencers and everything for a coin that's riddled with bots, because the only people that are going to benefit are the bot users, because they get in so early, they own such a large percentage of the coin, and it will stop it from pumping. As soon as it goes up, they're selling. As soon as it goes up, they're selling, and ordinary people get stuck in the middle, just losing their money. So we want to do. We figured it's more important to protect all of you, do the right thing, and we're going to launch the new coin. Bot free, 99.9% certain it will be. You're all going to get airdropped, and we can then push it and pump it really, really hard.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, I was under the impression that you guys may do something to manually remove all the suspicious accounts.
Well, that's already in place. We are fine. Every time we find a suspicious account, first of all, we add the address and any addresses that's connected to a database, and we remove that. This is going back to when we talked about renouncing earlier. If we had renounced, that wouldn't be an option available to us. So that we have not renounced this token means that we can just remove that person. We can stop them from being able to buy or sell or transfer to another wallet. They cannot interact with the token once we do that for a person. And but what we are working on is a way to automate that process so that when someone tries to buy, our system will be able to say, this is a real person or this is a bot the first time they try to buy. And if it identifies they're a bot, then it will automatically add them to that database so they are blacklisted from our token and any other token we do in the future. So that's kind of the way that's going to work. That's the bit of code that we are working on, which once it is done will be in a repository for other token developers to have as well.
I think what happened to our token has happened to a lot of other ones. They just haven't caught it yet. And I mean, some of the ones that are even on the Gate.io exchange, because you can look at their charts and they look exactly what happened to us. And they're still struggling, and they shouldn't be. They
to be honest, I think there's some new bots that have come out very recently in the last 2-3 weeks that are destroying every single coin. I think they've made so much money out of it. They're literally scanning the mempools, and they are aping into every single new coin that's created. Even if those coins are thousands a day, they're making so much money out of it. They're aping into all of them, and every single coin is getting destroyed. And it's controlled and manipulated by bots, and these people are making millions every single day. And every single coin from this point on, without these protections, is going to be destroyed. I just don't see. Looking at the way these bots are operating and what they're doing, they can just wreck anything they want. So we have to get this right. Otherwise, there's no point in proceeding with the coin as it is. We have to get it fixed.
That's very true. So do we have any more questions? Because if we want to move forward, I'll upload this video to YouTube so we can share it, because there's a lot of people in the community that obviously are not on this chat, which would like to know what's going on, so we can share this with them to give them an idea of how we.
That's going to be a very long video.
It's 1 hour.
Yep, but that's what we're going to try to do. You know, explain everything to everyone. We're going to try to get that posted everywhere where we can get that posted on our side, and I'm sure Jen will be doing the same on his side.
Yeah.
Yep. And
if you're finishing off, we just have a quick call in the private Discord, please, before you shoot off and do that.
Yeah, no problem. I'll shut this down. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, barely.
I don't have any question or anything. I just want to say thank you to the devs and the admins and the mods. You're doing perfect job. And especially for this live session you're doing right now, I'm very thankful because I haven't played music. I've drove nearly 2 hours back from work. I've been listening to you guys. It does feel good. It's good to know. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
It feels good to do, doesn't it? Yeah. Don't you get a wholesome feeling being
this
involved?
Does feel good. I think once we get this launched, our stop going great, and we can all relax and concentrate on marketing the tokens, because I keep getting interrupted.
Right, I'll start this video uploading. We'll get on a private Discord and we'll discuss. Our coders will buy them as much coffee as they all need, and then we'll start moving forward with this. And thank you so much for all your patience, your understanding, and most of all, thank you for not fudding in the group, because it's really damaging. It really is.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your support. It really does mean a lot to us as well. I mean, we've been overwhelmed with it from the start. It's just got to get over this hurdle, and then we really will be going to the moon.
Can we do something? Sorry, I had to stop you before you go. But can we do something? Because we are already moving towards B2 already. Can we get a new, maybe a group chat so that we can join in and we just can get updated there rather than just stay here?
I wouldn't have a problem with that. We could probably.
It's up to you, but like I guess that would be much fairer as well, because we'll get constant updates what's happening. So rather than sitting here and just going, because maybe half of the people are asleep, because it's like maybe 7:30 in Australia, like half of the world is still asleep. So when they're awake, they'll be like shit scared, like when they come in and they're like.
We are planning on explaining this to a few times a day, probably for the next. Well, it's not going to be just this one announcement. We will be repeating this over and over for the next sort of however long it takes us to get the new one online. We'll be coming in here and repeating it, and obviously we have got a team of admins and moderators that will be repeating it in the chat and things as well. So yeah, it's not going to, and we're going to have the YouTube video of this conversation, which is going to be posted. So there'll be plenty of info for people to listen to and watch all over and find out what's going on.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Can I get you, David, to disable Rose from telling people to buy, please?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Definitely 100%.
I was thinking who's Rose, but it's the bot, isn't it? Yeah, Uncle Jimbo, your question.
So I'm just getting in here and I'm trying to catch up. Do you know if there can be a time frame as far as days when this will be available for trading?
We hope as soon as possible, but we are going to make sure everything is 100% safe for all the buyers before we reopen for trading. We have talked about this at quite length on this chat, and all of this chat has been recorded, and I'm about to upload it to YouTube. So if you've stepped in late, you can get all the information from the very beginning. It is over an hour long, so it will take a while to upload and process, but you can get in on everything that's been said. We do have some really, really awesome plans going forward for this as well, which is going to put you in a much better position than we could have possibly been in with the token as it is at the moment. So it's exciting stuff, and it's awesome to have the community in here being able to ask the questions whilst this is still in its stages of development.
Well, I don't think we can get any more transparent than what you guys have been today. So I'd like to say thank you from me and on behalf of the people that trust this project, that I believe you're doing the right thing. And thanks for trying to keep my money safe, because there's not a lot of it. So I want to save and nurture what I have left. And yeah, moving forward, I'm excited to be a part of this. Thank you.
Yeah, I bought in right at the top of that first peak as well. My MetaMask crashed. I had to put in my passphrase, and I bought right at the very top of that first candle. So I am down. Yeah, exactly. It's got to be saved. It has to be saved. And then I'm holding to the moon, so diamond hands all the way. But we're all on auto hold for now. So auto diamond hands whilst transactions are paused, and then in the future it's going to be a lot better.
Okay. So I'll be here, guys, today for any questions. Obviously, you've heard pretty much everything that's been said. I'll just be parroting everything that's gone on, as will any of the other admins, and we will just keep posting in the group. I think we will have a point where we unmute the chat so that people can ask their questions, and we can answer them in the chat and also on voice.
Thank you so much, and thank you, moderators.
We should probably get Rose to link to the YouTube video about it and re-enable once it's ready.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent idea. Okay.
I believe moderators can do that as well.
Okay. David, do you have anything before we quickly shut down the video and I go ahead and upload this, and then we can get on Discord?
Yeah, so just really quick, for our moderators, if you get the chance, let's try to, I'm just going to be away for a split second, let's try to clean up the pin messages and make this as clear as possible. Additionally, on the announcements channel, we got to try to clear this up really fast. We already had do the website. We just need to make sure that this is everywhere.
Excellent.
We need with the competition, the TikTok competition that's running. I assume we're just going to carry that forward to the next soon after the Sunday after we launch or whatever. So it's just going to be open. So we need to change the date of that. I assume till next Sunday. So everyone that's entered, the entry will still be valid. We just need to carry it forward to the new token as well.
Okay, guys, I think we're done for the video. Everything that we needed to say has been said many times. I'll upload this and we'll move forward, and I'll meet the dev team over on Discord, and we'll start working on this this plan that we've been talking about. Thanks very much to everybody, and we will return soon.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks. Bye-bye.